Hello. So this is going second replay versus Orcust. This is a bad day to be a Mathmech player because I opened no hand trap, and this is versus Orcust, which is with no interruptions, it has a pretty decent chance of comboing. So let's just jump in, and we'll have to bear the suffering of having to sit through a combo deck. But yeah, Orcust, Girsu just keeps going. So this is pretty standard, I feel. I think there's one thing that I was a little confused about, but probably also just as manageable. So he makes Galatea, pretty low commitment play. What I was wondering, so he chooses to get the counter trap with Galatea, and I think if he had the field spell, it would have been very, very hard to navigate. The counter trap is annoying, but at least it's like a known quantity, and you with the counter trap, it forces you to end on what's called this board. I believe you need to have a link monster face up that's an Orcust. At least with the field spell, you're able to go into Girsu. You can use it as interruption, and it makes a lot of cards like Called By kind of useless. This thing would just be sitting in dead in hand. So I kind of leave unscathed, but you can never trust when they have 4 cards in hand. It could be hand traps, it could be Bestials, it could be Maxi, and that's exactly what we're gonna face. Maxi. So I circular, of course, circular Sense Sigma, nothing, and he has Maxi. So this could be bad, this could be good, depending on how you see it. Called By does answer Maxi, but he has the counter trap, in which contests the Called By, and that could be now we're under Maxi. But to me, it was a blessing because I don't really want to combo under a counter trap. The only way to really effectively combo to deal with it is to make access code so they can't respond to it. So that's what I was saying with the field spell. He probably would have more opportunities to interrupt my combo, especially with this hand's okay. It's got a few extenders, but it's not the greatest. So now I'm under Maxi. So the next step is to just OTK. At least the game plan is more obvious here. If it wasn't already, if I gave Orcust another turn and then their grave is set up, they can play through a lot and probably OTK through what I have. So I think the Maxi, while it's a lot of pressure, it doesn't change too much, in my opinion. The game plan was probably just OTK, especially Galatea. It's very nice, very low stats, can't be destroyed by battle while linked. I don't know, it's a good opportunity to just wail on top of it. So here I messed up with the small world. I didn't really want the Santa Claus. If I'm being honest, I think I wanted a diameter so I could have a Alan negate, which would also deal with the IP Masquerade and not lock me out of transcode. But whatever, it is what it is. I messed up the small world bridge somehow. But the Santa Claus is not gonna, it's not bad. I'll just get rid of the IP Masquerade, and then in my opinion, all I have to deal with is these hand traps, which are a little bit easier to manage. So we Sigma, and then we test for a Bestial, and I wasn't, see, this was great because thinking about it, perhaps the Santa Claus was a lot better because IP plus Druisworm is 2 interruption. If he goes into a Nightmare Unicorn or something like that, perhaps the Santa Claus was a lot better in this situation. Because obviously I wasn't aware of the Druisworm until it came out. But using Druisworm as link material would send a special summon monster on my field. I think I got this worked out. So perhaps the diameter wasn't good. So just a lot, just a lot to think about. We have our normal summon still. We're gonna revive. We're gonna test for another Bestial. Perhaps there's a way to... No, there was no way to play through. If he had another Bestial, he would have to use it here. So then we're gonna test for another Bestial. No Bestial. Okay. So now we just make Link Spider. So our route here is pretty obvious. We just make Terahertz. What was nice is that we could have actually just made Transcode and then Transcode Revive Splash and then made Terahertz anyway. But the Link, using the Link, using the token for a Link Spider gave them 1 less draw. So it wasn't necessary, but it gave us a little bit more gas and more Cyberse bodies for us to work with. So this is kind of a no-brainer. There's nothing else he can do. We send multiplication, double attack, and then we just wail on the Galatea. I mean, we could have wailed on Druisworm. Sometimes these people will summon their Bestials attack because they're confident that, to some extent, that these cards, that Mathmech can't really deal with a 2500 beater. A lot of decks kind of have to go into the extra deck to do that, so that makes sense. But I think it's just better to summon in defense because it's still OTK with the Terahertz. Anyway, so that was a quick match, I believe. you know, under maxi, it can be groan inducing, but you know, you can kind of find a way if you have enough extenders, enough gas to OTK. So yeah, that's all I have. Thanks.